Well, good morning or good evening to you. And this is Saturday, the 21st of December, and it's 4 days to Christmas. If you haven't finished all your Christmas shopping like me, you better get out to the store right after today's live. That's my plan. Anyway, I brought on my good friend Shannon from SleighArts. It's been quite a while between coffee drinks, so I thought it'd be fun to bring her back on and have a nice little chin wag, sew, and chat, and maybe get some sewing in. I am sorry in advance. I got up at 3 o'clock this morning because of Finley and again at 6. So if I'm a little out of whack today, please forgive me. Anyway, I'm going to let Shannon introduce herself because she'll do a much better job than I will, especially since my coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me here again, Sean. It has been too long, but I'm excited to be back and hanging out with you. I'm Shannon from SleighArts. I am I've kind of put myself in the FPP like niche of that's kind of what I do in the quilting world, and so that's what I'll be doing today. And we were just talking. Sean has gotten finally the fabrics for Toasty, and I can't wait to see him start doing Toasty the legit kit. I'm working on a project for the Modern Quilt Guild. We have a swap and it needs to get done soon. And I know that if I continue procrastinating, I'm never going to get it done. So that's what I'm working on today.
That is a lot of fun. I saw that. I think you or Stephanie or someone else shared that on one of your channels a few months back, and I thought that's a lot of fun. But me and block swaps don't get along because I'm like you. I procrastinate, and then I'm like rushing at the very last minute because I hate being late for anything. So I ultimately decided to sit that one out.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see what you guys all come up with. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we were this close this morning for having Toasty on the live. I wanted to get it all done, but I have not sorted out the fabrics. They all look very similar.
Yeah.
The reds and so forth. So I was like, this is going to be, if I try it, it's going to be a hot mess. And especially with me being up and down all night, wasn't going to work out well. So
you got to be in the right frame of mind for that bad boy.
Exactly, especially because I'm very much a beginner. Like a seasoned FPP artist like yourself could probably do it in their sleep, but not me. So, so I figure what I'll do is I'm going to work on finishing this, which is day 2 of the stitches.
Yeah.
We're almost done with day 2, and then I've got days 3 and 4 all lined up. And so we'll see how far we get with that. So,
I love those reds.
The reds are nice. There wasn't a whole lot of contrast between the reds, so I thought adding these, because they give you some whites, blacks, and navies as well. And I thought, let's add this and see what happens. And it's been fun because I've been letting everybody vote on this. And white was not the option I would have picked. I would have picked the black. But a lot of people picked the white. And now that it's all together, I think it's fantastic. So that's why you listen to your viewers, because they know good stuff.
They know all. No, I like
the
contrast between the red and the white.
Well, that's what I was going for. I figured the contrast, and they had navy, but I was like, I don't know that navy's going to look good with this. So I figured I'd just I put up 3 options. There was all red, the red and the white, and the red and the black. And yeah, the great majority of people voted for the white. And I believe you all made the right decision on that. So there we go. All right. So Kay says, oh, I missed the part where you said you got white, blacks, and navies in addition to it. So yes, they did give us a little box of whites and blacks and navies, so that way if you needed to create contrast in certain blocks, you could. And it was like that with the reds, and then I think the indigo, which was day 7, was the same situation. Some colors you just really struggle to get a high contrast in, because once you get out of the reds, you slide into the pinks, and that was a different day. So I totally get it. All right, let's see who was here in the chat. I see Laura Lynn from Mum and Pop Quilt Shop was here earlier. She's outside shoveling snow because they got dumped with about 1.5 feet of snow last night. They got a nor'easter.
I was reading that. Good grief.
Yeah, no, I was talking to a customer in Halifax yesterday, and he's like, yeah, I've got a nor'easter coming with 50 centimeters of snow. And I'm like, good luck, better you than me. So
exactly.
I like to see the snow, but I'm also the one shoveling it. Last year I wanted snow because we had 2 boys, and I figured I could send those 2 outside the snow. Did it snow a flake? No.
No.
This year it'll probably bucket down. Okay, let's see who else is with us this morning. Patricia Browning is here with us all the way from California, so she is up early. Yeah, hey, I'm impressed with that. You know, anyone who gets up early, you know, it's 8 o'clock here on the East Coast, and that's early for most. To be up before 5. Our mate Stephen Bland from Bland Design and Idiot Quilt is here with us this morning. And if you haven't checked out his Vlogmas series, he's doing the opening of, they're doing the, what is it, the Missouri Star Quilt Company, I think it is.
Right, yeah.
With Stephanie. They're opening it every 5 days, which is kind of fun. So that way you're not, you know, they're not having 24 videos for you to watch. You have like 5. It's really, because a lot of us are doing Vlogmas videos. I posted day 8 a little late, about 11:30 last night. So if you see that, you can go watch that as well. Good morning to Miss Molly. It's good to see you as well. Bonjour to Miss Nadine all the way over there in France. It's good to see you as well. Donnell Stitchery is here. She has her own wonderful channel. She's doing her Vlogmas series as well, and she'll be live at 10 o'clock this morning as well. So once we're done here, you can go get your coffee and go over and check her live out. Deb Esther, Pugmon Quilter, good morning to you. Nikki B, Mama Andrea from Mama J Enterprises. Let me know if the closed captions are working, if you would. Mary G is here. Case Purple Walls says good morning. Chloe, good morning to you. Miss Tessa. Oh, good morning. Good evening to my friend Pam. She says, hey, Sean and Shannon, long time no see, no chat. Hope all is well with you and yours. Well, thank you so much. I was meaning to reach out to you because I haven't heard from you in a while. So it's good to see that you are here with us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oracle Quilter, that's Miss Lisa. She says, hi, Sean and Shannon and everybody. I'll be the professional lurker on the show today. We need one of those at least in every show. So I'm glad that we got you. I know Laura Lynn's covering that for us as well. But if anyone else wants to lurk, be my guest. You know, it's always good to have more. Kathy A says, good morning from a snowy Boston. So I guess it's snowed that nor'easter hit them as well. Did it snow up your way?
No, we had flurries, but nothing stuck. And it was like an hour.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay. All right. So no snow in Maryland. So that's good. Let's see. Michelle the Quilter is here. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, Miss Zaza, all the way over there in Scotland. I hope I got the country right. I'll be in trouble if I didn't. Please tell me it's Scotland. I know it's not England, and I'm almost certain it's not Wales. I'm pretty sure it's Scotland. We'll find out in a minute. Okay. Let's see. Landa Rogers is here with us. Good morning. Good morning to Miss Carey. It's good to see you as well. Keys Purple Wall says, what do you think of Art East teaser for their new sampler? Yes, I saw that last night. They have a sampler. They put out a teaser. It's a new farm-based pattern, I guess. And my response almost was, where do I send my credit card details to? Because I did Elizabeth Hartman's Fab Farm last year. Loved that pattern immensely, and I know John and Matt always do a wonderful job with whatever they produce. So yeah, as soon as that comes out, I'll be hitting that buy button and getting that PDF download. So yes, absolutely, Scotland. Okay, thank goodness I got that right. Good morning to Miss Tasha. It's good to see you. She was with me 2 weeks ago, and I was over on her live on Thursday night as well. Good morning to Miss Andy as well. If you have a channel, please put your link in whenever you feel like it. Please don't spam, of course, which you guys never do. Otherwise, I'd cut you off. But, you know, feel free to put your link in so that way my friend do get a chance to check out your channel and see if it's a good fit for you as well. Okay, Pam says to have a heap of news. I'll send you an email shortly. Perfect. Okay, good afternoon to Miss Christina. She's my friend from Sweden, I believe. I hope I'm getting all these countries right. So far, I'm 1 for 1. Let's see if I'm 2 for 2. Okay.
Global reach.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we've got Australia, France, Sweden, Scotland, Canada. That's 5, right? We're doing well. Okay. Patricia says she's working on the produce section right now. Yes, I am too, slowly. I have one of the blocks right here. How about that? It's another one of her patterns, which is fun. I only have a couple of these left to do. I think there's a grapefruit, blueberries. Is that it? I'll have to look. That could be it. Anyway, I got Christmas stuff to do first. But you know, we'll get it done. And good morning to Miss Charlotte. I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I did, just tag me and I'll happily say good morning. I didn't miss you on purpose. Okay, so what am I working on? Someone asked me that because they just popped in. Let's see. I'm working on day 2 of my 12 days of stitches. I have this row to attach right here, and then I have one more, and then we can move on to days 3. I wanted to work on Toasty since I have a certified legit kits instructor with me, but we didn't quite have the fabrics done. And that is one tip I came up this morning. One tip is if you want to do a legit kit for the first time, spend the money and buy the kit.
It makes it a little easier. It's expensive. It is expensive, but it's expensive because they do all the work of getting all the little fragments of pieces and the little bitsy pieces. The first go around, people have done beautiful jobs of going and sourcing their own fabric.
Yeah.
I want the path of least resistance. I just want to be able to sit down and sew.
Yeah, that'd be, as a first time user of it, as I'm doing my own stuff, it's working out nicely, but it's a lot of work. Like if you buy the kit, they send you all the fabric, it's all labeled. They do half the work for you. By the time if you have all the fabric at home, fantastic. But I think if you went out and actually bought the stuff, you'd pay that much, if not more. So yeah, as things I wish I knew before I first legit kit is just buy the pad, buy the kit next time. So, but I'm not not a little upset or disappointed that I did it this way. But plus, I was actually at the time I was going to do a different color. I wanted to do purple or green or blue and that sort of thing there. So, and then I found a recipient for this quilt who I call my work mama. She pretty much has adopted me as a son. It's my second American mom. And I asked her, what color do you want? And she's like, red. And I'm like, well, if I wish I'd known that 2 years ago. I would have just been...
Well, I mean, this is a little late in the thing. You've already got all your stuff, but you can buy just the fabric packs.
I know, I thought about that too, but I have all the background. I have all the background fabric, and then one of my wonderful viewers sent me all the scraps and that sort of thing from the Vortex.
Right. You were saying that.
And so like all the little scrappy parts, and that's already bagged, it's already labeled and everything else. So yeah, it was really, I had to buy the fabric that I pretty much bought anything that said a 1/4 yard or more.
Yep.
And so I bought that recently, and I've just got to label it. If I had one more day, I think I would have been good to roll this morning, but yeah, it just wasn't meant to be. And I think I need to finish my Christmas stuff first, and then
that's a good plan.
I can tackle. Speaking of plans for next year, Tasha and I were over on her channel last night, and we decided we're going to do a challenge for January. And I think it'd be fun if some of you all joined in on this. It's not hard. It doesn't require any purchase, which is even better. We have committed to sewing at least 10 to 15 minutes every day in the month of January. We all do, what are those things called? Resolutions that we all give up in a week and a half. Like exercising, running a marathon, jumping off a cliff, which I'm not going to do. I get scared, looking over the edge of a 3rd-story parking lot these days. I never used to, but now I am. But we figured let's do 10 to 15 minutes a day, every day. And we also have this asked the viewers what penalty we should get if we fail to sew a day, because it's like one of those things, you need a consequence. And so what they decided, and we're going along with it because I think it's a lot of fun, is that if we miss a day, we have to send the other one a fat quarter.
Oh, fun!
So I have this little bucket that Amanda gave to me the other day, which is now empty, and I'm hoping it stays that way.
Right.
So that is our challenge. That'll be a lot of fun. That was something that I forget if it was Tasha's idea or mine, but we're both running with it. Actually, I think I stole it from her because she did like a sew every day in September, I think, challenge. She did like a little short each day.
Oh, that's cute.
Maybe if it wasn't her idea, I borrowed inspiration from her at least. But that's what we're going to do there as well. Okay, so Tasha says, do you, Shannon, have a favorite kit of someone who wanted to try a legit kit for the first time, going to check out your channel?
Oh, so I think Sail Away is a really fun one to start off with.
Yep.
It's for the most part, those blocks are 2-3 pieces of fabric. And when you get to the boat is where it gets spicy. You have a little bit more separate units. All of the legit kit blocks are in that 8x10 kind of format. and some are just a couple of pieces of fabric across that big sheet. Like that's
Yeah,
across
the
one whole sheet.
standard US letter size. It's not quite A4. A4 is just a little bit bigger and a little bit wider by
Yeah.
about 6 millimeters on each side. But yeah, and that's what I like about these is it's all on one, like it's just one page. And then with the
It's
smaller blocks,
if you took an art class or anything in elementary school or primary school or whatever they call it wherever you are,
very
in art
small.
class they taught us how to draw in that grid like fashion, like where you're
Right.
just focused on that one little area. That's very much what Legit Kits is on. Like you're just focused on the one block at a time. When you get the kit, it's a lot of fabric that comes at you and it looks really intimidating, but you're just focused on one block at a time. And on Sail Away, there are many more blocks that are full pieces of paper and less blocks that are like, you know, chunks of like a bunch of little units that you have to sew together to make that page. But I'm also a big fan of, if you like it, if you like the image, you're going to have a lot more fun creating it and a lot more likely to stick with it. So I know people who have never quilted anything other than like 9-patches who have dived right into a Legit Kit that I might not have started with my first time and have done a wonderful job. But had to be reminded, if it makes you mad, walk away for a little while.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I've got that.
Walk
That's
away.
always been my thing is if you mess something up twice, I go away and work on something else and take a nap. Usually take a nap works. But yeah, that's excellent advice. So yeah, because like I know when I went to the Legit Kits booth at the quilt festival, you know, I wanted to buy
Yeah.
a pattern and I asked the guys there what one I should get, and they told me yes. I don't know if Sail Away was out then. It may have been, or it just wasn't my estate, but they told me to get one of the bigger kits because those little ones, although they look like they'll be done pretty quickly, they have a lot more pieces. So yeah, I think if you're a beginner,
Mini Scullover on the smaller side, I think was a super easy one. And that's all relative. When I say super easy, my idea of easy is going to be different than somebody else's idea of easy. It's relative. But I think Mini Scullover was a good, like, middle of the road.
Mini Scullover was out when I was there. I think it came out shortly afterwards, but I could be wrong.
And they do have Vortex that's probably the easiest one, but that one is a rainbow of color, and it's not
yeah,
it's just a rainbow of color. Like, you know, it's really pretty when it's all together, but if you're trying to like keep your attention while you're doing that, I think the challenges within Sail Away are more exciting than Vortex.
is that available as a kit now? Because I know that was a block and a month exclusive for a while.
It was, and it ended almost a year ago. I think I was just on their website yesterday.
Okay.
I think it is available as itself now, because I did see the Vortex full fabric kit.
Let me go take a look, because now I'm curious. You know, once you get me down a rabbit hole, this is why I get nothing done during my lives, because I go down so many Legit Kits. If you get Legit Kits, you go to some sort of military supplied.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I put in Legit Kit, and the first thing that come up was like there was like ammunition, like a camouflage vest or something. I was like, that's. Oh, let's see, Vortex. Yeah, it looks like you can get the pattern, the kit, the fabric pack. Yeah. Okay, so it is available. And then if you want the effect of having the thing done without all the work, they also sell a panel.
The panel. Yeah, I love that.
That's what I should do. I should return the pattern and supply the toasty panel, just sew a border around and go, hey, I'm done.
Well, I love the panels, especially I really want to get into doing the free motion quilting and everything. And
yeah,
the panels are great for practicing that kind of stuff. So, and
for sure. Yeah, I mean, all kidding aside, there is definitely a time and a place for that. I think that's really fun. So there we go. All right. So Tasha says that she's done one FPP block. I'm ready for Legit Kit, right? Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, we're gonna find out because I've basically done 2 or 3 little FPP blocks. I'm very, very much a beginner. So if I can do it, you can. I promise you that, you know. And I'm not getting paid by legit kits. This was something I purchased with my own money. So it's not like I'm I'm not an affiliate or anything
Sponsor.
else like that. So yeah, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. I am not an FPP person, but we figure we'll give this a shot and see what happens there as well. Good morning to Miss Laura. It's good to see you as well. Amy C, good morning as well. She says, good morning, everyone, mostly listening while I get ready. She's actually the one, we'll talk about this on Thursday. She is the one that kind of got me into pressing my seams open and into Art East. So anyone that enjoys Art East, you can go over and thank Amy for that right now.
Nice.
Fallon says, Tasha, I've had the rose and started in January. I need the buckle down and finish it. So yes, I think you can definitely do it even if you're a beginner.
Yeah.
You might need more help, you know, or more guidance, and that's okay because I'm probably going to have to reach out to someone for some guidance at some point. But you know,
those
you can
mini
definitely do
flowers
it.
are definitely the spiciest of them all. The mini flower. There's a trio of little flowers. There's the rose, the water lily, and the orchid, and those are sassy little blocks because there's
I
like
know.
40 different separate units on one 8x11 page. Oh boy, it'll drive you crazy. But if you just remember, once you get the first piece of fabric figured out in your head, then it's just right sides together and sewing a straight line, and everybody can do that.
Well, the nice thing about them too is that it's solid, so there is no right and wrong side.
Yep. Yeah, you don't have to. Well, unless you're sourcing your own fabrics, and then it could get wild.
Right. Well, if you're not using solids, then you're on your own. But yeah, if you use solids, I think that's one reason I like using solids in batiks because you can kind of just slap 2 pieces of fabric together and off you go.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why when I do prints and stuff, I end up just I pull it apart, and once in a while I'm like, oh no, I've done it backwards.
You did it backwards.
I've really had to think when I've done Wild West this time, the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, the latest one. I've actually had to think about my fabric placement because it's the first time I have not done a batik. So
yeah. Yep. Yeah, I fell into the trap thinking it was small and would go fast. Ooh. I was supposed to do all 3 for my mom, and I did the rose, and I haven't gone back to do the other 2 yet. I'm still battling that shell shock.
Yeah, plus we all had that like shiny thing syndrome too, where we see all these shiny things. Like there's so many patterns that I want to do, and I just have not had the time to do all of them. Like this pesky day job always seems to get in the way, but you know, we have to eat and keep the lights on. So
the whole adulting thing is just bogus.
That's always an issue. Okay, let's see. Sandy says she's a little bit intimidated by the little pieces. Yeah, definitely. And that's why we were saying some of the bigger patterns, if you are a beginner, would be the way to go because they have bigger pieces. And that's kind of even with Toasty, like the bottom right, the bottom left or bottom right, whichever one it is, where all the fire is, there's a million pieces. Around his face is a million pieces. But if you start up top, or work with the easier parts first, and you can kind of get your confidence and that sort of thing there. And that's one thing a lot of people have told me, like, start with the bigger pieces and just work your way, because you don't have to do it in order. Like you can do, you know, row A, number 3, then go down to C7, 6, and that sort of thing, and work your way around. It's not like a traditional
on the back, so you'll be able to find them, but go in and find those easiest blocks, because then you just build your muscle memory, and then when you start getting to the smaller pieces, it's not as scary, and you don't have to start off with the teeny tiny, because you're sculpting the fabric into the shape you want it, so you don't have to start off with the piece of fabric that's as small as what you end up in. And I think that also scares people, that they're like, oh, I could never work with that small a piece. You don't have to start off that way. It ends up that way.
And see, I think I keep joking I'm going to do like A's 3, 4, 5, and B's 3, 4, and 5 because it's one sheet of just the black. Yeah, it's like I can get 6 blocks done in about 20 minutes. Like this will be great.
There you go.
So, but yeah, there you go,
folks. Ingrid just came in. Hey, Ingrid.
Good morning, Ingrid. It's good to see you. Good morning to Miss Donna. It's good to see you as well. Linda Dollar is here. It's nice to see you. Rita says, I decided to work with tiny pieces just to make a crumb scrappy block. And that's always a lot of fun too. I've done crumb quilting once and I did really enjoy it. And that's always a great option. But I work with small pieces enough with my Art East and Elizabeth Hartman patterns. I sometimes need a break from that. So that's why I like working with this stuff right now, because it's all pre-cut and all I have to do is sew it together. So there we go.
I'm working on today. This is so it's a mist, like they're not supposed to know. And this is the inside of the block, so they won't actually, if my swap partner should see this at some point, won't actually know what it is. But this is the inside, and I'm working on all of these pieces. It's FPP, of course. But these are, and we were talking about working with batiks or solids makes it go a lot faster because I don't have to worry about starting off that first piece in the right spot.
Oh, for sure. And the other nice thing about solids too is it's about half the price of a print. So
no kidding. Yeah, man, it's getting, every year it's getting crazier and crazier. The prices of the different lines and everything.
yeah, that's why it's nice to have a stash, because you can just shop from your own stash and you've kind of hedged your prices already. So
yeah.
for anyone that says that you shouldn't have a stash, I mean, don't go out of control, of course. It seems to be working out for us. And that worked out beautifully for us during the pandemic when I had a nice stash to make masks with and all that sort of mess. So, all right. All right, let's see. I know I'm missing stuff here. Okay, so yeah, Sandy says she likes that you choose where you start on the legit kits. Glad we chatted. Now I want to do one. So that is awesome. Yes. I'll show that.
Oh, I didn't come prepared. Giving you an affiliate link too.
Well, if you have it, hang on a second. I can put your affiliate. You can put your affiliate link in just a second.
Have folks go. I wish that especially folks that have worked on it so much, I wish they had their affiliate links just kind of given to them, because it's, I mean, you're going to be working on Toasty, you're going to be talking about it, you should be getting some credit.
Yeah, I mean, I could apply, I guess, if I wanted to, but we'll have to see how it works out. I think I'd like to finish it first and make sure that I actually want to do another one.
It does.
So I might get halfway through it and go, yeah, I'm done with this, and go get the panel and sew it up and go, hey, Linda, here you go. All right, I added you as a moderator, Shannon, so you should be good. Go ahead and put your link in now. I mean, it should have worked.
Yep. I just
perfect. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Everybody's talking now about their stash. I should never buy another piece of fabric ever.
You know what? It's your. I mean, obviously, you don't want to be someone that's on an episode of Hoarders. I mean, that's going a little extreme. But beyond that, it's your money. As long as you're not racking up, massive credit card debt, it's your money. It's your hobby time. If it brings you joy, I don't see a problem. Of course, within reason. I'm not saying go out and buy, a container full of fabric just for the heck of it. But if you think that you got to use it at some point, or it just looks pretty and you want to pet it once in a while, that's okay.
Which is how these shelves got filled. Oh, that's so pretty.
Oh, I've got stuff that I sit there and pet once in a while. I'm not afraid to admit it. Yeah, there's stuff that I haven't used that I really should. There's stuff I really should use, and I plan to use pretty much what I have here. So
I'm going into my 4th year. In the first year of quilting, I was only buying fabric if I had an idea of what I wanted to use it for. And so I spent a year buying a lot of fabric that I thought I was going to use. And then I realized I'm never going to make all the things I keep saying I'm buying all this fabric for.
Well, it's hard because, a lot of this fabric, they run a certain amount, like they'll print, 10,000 yards or 1,000 bolts or whatever whatever they run. And once it's done, it's done, So sometimes if you see a piece of pretty fabric, even if you don't know what you got to do with it, you grab a yard of it, because the next time you go back to the store, you might not see it again, and then you have to go find it on Etsy and pay 3 times the amount of money for it. So there are some things where I try not to buy stuff unless I know I have a purpose for it. But if it's something that's super pretty, and I just think it's going to be gorgeous, and I'm going to hopefully use it one day, I'll still grab a yard. I mean, I won't go buy a whole bolt of something I have no use for, but there are certain things that I think, it's okay to grab a yard of it and figure it out later. All right. Good morning, Joythy. It's good to see you. Annette came in as well. Good morning to Miss Mona. And Nikki B, I saw you put your link in earlier. I didn't have you set up, but I did go ahead and put you in. So your link should work now.
Nice.
So what else have you been up to recently, Shannon? Because I think the last time I had you on was like October of 2023, if I remember correctly.
Really that long? Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time between drinks of coffee, so.
Yeah. I still don't like the taste of the coffee. So I'll have my mimosas since I'm a brunch girl.
Hey, whatever works for you,
Well, let's see what's happened since then. Got myself a new job. Oh, I'm going to be teaching a class in my hometown. Well, my adopted hometown where I live now. There's an amazing seamstress. She teaches classes on altering your own clothes, making your own clothes, and she has a studio in downtown Frederick. And she has started working with different kinds of fabric or needle artists, and she's running a whole series where there's a woman that's going to be teaching beading. There's a woman teaching crochet. I'm going to be doing a fun created for the class. It's a throw pillow that we're doing that has a fun little seam ripper on the front of it, because we need to be good friends with our seam ripper, whether we want to or not.
Yep. You got my attention, the seam ripper.
Yeah, it's gonna be cute. It's super cute. And so I get to do that in February. That's exciting to like have a collaboration with someone who actually has their own studio. And we're talking about a couple of, like, past just the first class, couple of things that we could be doing. I'm excited about the new year. I'm really excited about the new job. Having a really good time with the new job. But
yeah, that sounds fun. You told me a little bit that the other day.
Yeah.
Because you and I recorded for the quilt trunk show. It's coming up in a couple of weeks.
I'm excited to see that.
Me too. I gotta get to the whole editing process of that, because I'm a little behind. That's okay. We still have time for that. So
I do not envy you that job. That's a lot. It's definitely a labor of love for you now after the is this the 4th year?
3rd year. You're close.
3rd year.
Feels like 4th sometimes. But no, it is a lot of work, but it's every year I go through if anyone wants to ask how many hours it is, I have no clue. I don't count that high. But really, like, once the show comes out and everyone's watching it and enjoying everything else, it really is worth the hours you put into it. So I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. But that'll be on the 31st at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll put it up. We have, I think it's over 28 or 29 people this year, possibly 30.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat here that are actually be part of it, I think. Sorry, I'm looking at my pattern to make sure I don't do it right. So, yeah, because I think Tasha's in it. Mona sent me a video. Andy did. Stephen. Russ, if he's floating around somewhere. Although Russ might be, he might be at his quilt shop today doing his monthly. Yeah, I can't remember what he calls it. Or he could be
Rita,
outside walking the dogs too, you know. He pops in when he can.
Rita was telling us that her cats really appreciated her hanging her quilts today for them to have a climbing wall, and I have that pain myself with the cats.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I do climbing designing walls, the climbing quilts that go up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you think dogs are easy, but sometimes they're not. I mean, Finley ate my watch band earlier this week.
Oh no. What was so offensive about your watch band? No idea.
I'm not Dr. Doolittle. I can't talk to the animals. I don't know.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah, so now I've got to go find a place that can. Because if I try and buy a watch band online, it's not going to fit. I don't know if I can get the thing off, So I think I'll just go to I don't know, somewhere that doesn't charge a whole lot of money and just have them do it, But that's a lot of fun. Speaking of the devil, there he is. Russ is here. He says, "Good morning, Sean and Shannon in the chat. I hope everyone's having a snazzy day. I just arrived at a quilt shop for Saturday sampler, so we did pick it right. That's why he wasn't here earlier." Okay, yeah, we was talking about it, and we thought it might have been that Saturday. I couldn't remember if it was the third or the fourth Saturday. It is the third Saturday. Okay, for some reason I thought it was the fourth Saturday, but that means we would have had Christmas already, I think. Okay. See, we know Russ's schedule pretty well. That's pretty cool.
Crazy stalkers.
Well, he tells us what he's up to, so it's not like we're stalking him. And if I was going to stalk somebody, I wouldn't make it that public. All right, let's see. Got this.
Bye, Mona.
Yeah, Mona's been floating around in the chat for a little bit. Saw her a little earlier. We're almost done with day 2 of this. This is good. So what is everybody up to this weekend? Is anyone else rushing out to the store afterwards today to finish up their Christmas shopping?
That is me for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have to go pick up some pottery for Eva from the Paint It Yourself Pottery Studio that she finished the other week.
Yep.
I have to go to the fabric store. I have to go somewhere and get Amanda's Christmas present.
I feel like that should be at the top of the list.
Oh, it is. I just had to. I've been trying to figure out which one she wants, and she knows what she's getting. So, I mean, I have no problem telling everybody what they're getting. She wants an espresso machine and obviously a grinder so we can do the espresso. So,
Very cool.
I'm going to run out and get that. As I said, that's the only thing she's asked for. She knows that's what she's getting. So, otherwise I wouldn't be telling everybody and their brother and sister what she's getting. But I'm saving some money so that way I can get her a nice one,
Yeah. I love being able to do that kind of stuff at home. Like I have the little soda stream kind of thing. And
yeah. Nice. And it'll save you money in the long run because, an espresso drink is not cheap these days, And I know how to do all that stuff. I worked professional, it wasn't the automatics. I guess it was semi-automatic machine, like the ones you see in a coffee shop. I mean, I know how to operate those, calibrate them.
Oh, nice.
All that good stuff. So
she's got
there'll be a very short learning curve of that. Good morning, Miss Kathleen. It's good to see you. You're up early as well. She's over there in California.
Early birds.
Yes, I love that everyone gets up early and hangs out with us. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. It's always good to see those views come in later on as well, because I know, Saturday morning is a good time to sleep in for some.
Yeah.
That's why I'm live on Saturday morning, because everybody else in the family likes to sleep in. So I'm like, go ahead and sleep. I'll come on live, hang out with all my quilty friends, and then when we're done, you can all wake up and come downstairs and we'll go and do something. So
get involved with the world.
Exactly. Yeah, it works out for everybody. Good morning, Miss Jen. It's good to see you as well. Okay, thank you for that, Pam. She said she sent me an update email. That'll be in. I'll take a look at that when we're done. Let's see. Nikki says she's doing the family thing today. My brother and sister are home now. Today we're going to a place for lunch, and then my sister and I will hit the stores. Okay, so yeah.
Oh, fun.
I hate crowds. I probably shouldn't have left it late, but it's okay. We'll make it work. I was taken to the mall last weekend. Heaven help me. The girls loved it. They don't have big malls like that in Europe, apparently.
Okay.
And they don't have a lot of Christmas light displays like we do here. Like, you go to different places and see all the lights. They don't have that over there, apparently. So it's something all the kids have always enjoyed. We got to go to another display this evening. It's the USS Wisconsin, and it's a battleship, and they deck that out in lights. It's fantastic. It's very, very unique. There's probably another battleship somewhere that does it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say it's one of a kind, but it's fairly close.
I've got to go and get my family. We're doing a white elephant thing for Christmas Eve, and I've got to go get whatever snarky white elephant gift I'm gonna do. Gotta figure that out.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll do our Christmas Eve thing. I have to work Christmas Eve, but I think we're supposed to get off early, which would be nice.
Yeah.
And what we've done the last few years since we've had the kids, and for anyone that's new, what we don't have our own kids, we host international exchange students for the year, is we usually try and do the traditions of their countries on Christmas Eve, because in a lot of countries in Europe, Christmas Eve is the bigger deal than Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So we usually do their traditions on Christmas Eve. We have Amanda's parents come over, hang out with us, and we do their traditions. And then on Christmas Day, we do a more Americanized Christmas Day, a more traditional Christmas. But I do get my pavlova, so that's all I care about.
Lovely.
That is all I ask for a Christmas Day. Like, you could say, okay, Sean, you've been naughty this year. You get no presents. As long as I get my pav, I am happy and ready to go. So it doesn't take much to keep me happy.
Do you have New Year?
Sorry?
Do you have New Year traditions that you will do with the kids?
Really, we just sit there and watch movies. We have snacks. We don't do anything fancy. That seems to work for us. And the kids have always been happy watching movies with us. So more than likely, that's what we'll do. And then at 6 p.m., I'll be watching the computer with everybody else, watching the Trump show. So yeah, that'll be my Christmas Eve thing. Okay, Dragonflies with Donna says, "Do you have to get tickets in advance for the battleship?" Yes, you do. I can email that link to you if you're interested, and they do sell out pretty quickly. So, but it's a lot of fun. You'll get to see the highlights from that tomorrow morning as well.
Oh, Fallon is a girl after my own heart. She said cold hard cash frozen in a block of ice that they have to try to get to.
I'm impossible to buy for. The last few years, people have gotten smart and just buy me quilting t-shirts, and so that's worked out beautifully. So, and then my mother-in-law usually gets me clothes for work. She has an amazing eye for like button-down shirts or sweatpants and that sort of thing. There, like, I don't know how she does it, but she just does an amazing job. So half of the clothes I own are stuff that she's given me for Christmas and birthdays and stuff, and I appreciate it very much. I mean, when I was a kid, I hated clothes. I wanted toys and games and all that sort of stuff. But as an adult, yeah, someone gives you a packet of socks or a shirt or a pair of pants, you think it's the greatest thing ever. So
yep.
It's funny how, because other than that, like, if you want something, you go out and buy it. Like, and I used to say if someone wanted to drop a Ferrari on my doorstep, they could do that too. But first of all, I don't want to pay the insurance on. And secondly, I discovered a few weeks ago, I can't fit in them.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that would be a problem. That would.
Yeah, because I took Eva to the motor show a few weeks ago because she's very, very interested in like the American muscle cars and all that sort of stuff there. And we came across this Lamborghini Aventor, I think it's called. It's a $400,000 plus car.
Woo.
You know, the driver's door is open. She's like, "Can I sit in it?" I'm like, "Well, you got to find the owner and ask him." I said, "If he lets you sit in it, then be my guest. You know, go for it." And he came across a few moments later, and she asked him. He's like, "Yeah, go for it. Go sit in there. Have a photo in it." Like, you know. And I said, "Hey, do you mind if I sit in there?" And he's like, "You're not going to fit." These are, you know, these are made for like, you know, 5'8", 5'9" guys. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I probably could have squeezed in it if I was lucky, but yeah, like I that was the day where I discovered that, you know, even if I have $1 million, I'm not getting a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, so that's okay though.
Well, unless Lamborghini and Ferrari come out with like, you know, a mid-sized SUV.
What's the fun in that? If you know you want the sporty looking. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to have $1 million anytime soon.
And that's not
So,
the first thing I would buy if I had $1 million. So.
oh no, me either. I mean, I'd figure out a way so I could make, you know, not have to work full time. Invest it somehow so it actually works, you know, so I can sew all day.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing. So there we go. All right. Let's see. Yep. Rita says the same thing. If there's something I want, I just go get it. Nothing I can say I want for the holidays. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. That's why I was, yeah, people send me quilting t-shirts. That's fantastic. I love those. Hopefully there's a few of those under the tree this year for me. Other than that, I'm really good. So, okay, let's see.
I went back to my roots this year for the Christmas requests. I got more like culinary things like sous vide and a vacuum sealer and things like that. I went back culinary school days.
Yes. That's 2. Where's 3? Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I'm good. I actually finished block 2, so I'm really excited about this. So this is block 2. It's now all done. Get it up a little closer so you can see what's going on.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah, it has been fun because you kind of just like you get these little boxes of fabric, and you just kind of make whatever you want out of it. So I've been having fun of it. At first, I thought because I just been making like 6x6 blocks, and I thought, okay, I'll just go online and put in like 36 patch block and see what happens. But they're assuming they're squares, and half of these are half square triangles. So it wasn't quite. So I've actually had to sit down and make this stuff up by myself. So it's been a little challenging from day to day, but it's been a fun challenge.
Yeah.
So this one,
Gotta have those stretch goals, right?
yep.
Stretch your creativity.
Oh, it's been good. Yeah, it definitely increased my creativity. So have you had anything going fun on your channel recently that we should know about?
No, I'd taken some time away a little bit, and then kind of got my sojo back over the past couple of weeks. Tomorrow I'm going to make gift card holders because
Oh, that's an idea.
my nieces and nephews are of the age where they're like, just give me money, please.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make them in a couple of different ways. I'm going to make some with using cork. And that means I don't have to worry about exposed edges because the cork doesn't fray. So that'll be fun. And then I'm going to do some with traditional quilting cotton and batting and put them together in a more traditional quilting fashion. But later today, I'm going to create the template. So that'll be like a freebie that if folks want to download the template, I'm going to create a template on to origami fold it, especially with the cork, because I don't have to worry about sewing it at all. So that's the plan. I know that there are plenty of them out there, but I like to do it myself, like to make the pattern or to make the template myself so that I know that I can do it. And then that's what I'm doing tomorrow on brunch.
Yeah, and that's nice. That's the nice thing about a tutorial is that, yeah, it doesn't matter what you make. Someone else has already done it.
Oh yeah.
But I still encourage content creators to go ahead and put that tutorial out there, because how you teach it versus how someone else teaches it may resonate and may speak to someone else. Like when I look at the tutorial, like I have my favorite content creators that I watch their videos as much as I can. But sometimes when I go out and look for a tutorial, I end up watching someone. A lot of times I watch like 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 of them, before I find, because there's one that will speak to you, and that person will teach me one thing, but the next time it may be someone's completely different. So yeah, don't ever be afraid to put out a tutorial if someone's already done it, because everyone's different. Everyone learns differently. You may not be able to film it, the way that you did for the all that sort of stuff. So yeah, don't ever be afraid to do that.
Well, and then you have your friends that are watching, and they give you ideas that you'd never even thought of.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So it's like this whole like symbiotic relationship.
Yes. Sorry, I am distracted. I'm trying to make sure I put the right piece of the fabric together. Because so far I haven't had to bring up my very, very bestest friend. But that could change in a moment.
I'm gonna have to send you the pillow pattern.
Yeah, but the idea of putting the cork on the back's really fun. Is that something you can just find at like a fabric store, or how do you get that?
The cork, I actually got the cork from, it's called the company's called Sally Tomato.
Yes.
Yeah, I love, because they do the nice like felt back. Well, it's not felt. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's nice and soft backing, so you don't have to worry about backing the cork or anything. It's all done. And so that's what I'm gonna make the card holders with. I have a couple of my 2 nieces are gonna get the cork ones for sure.
Okay.
Cool colors and stuff. So.
No, that'd be fun. I'll have to go check that out. And you're live at, is it 11 o'clock in the morning on Sundays?
Yep. Yeah. Brunch, okay. 11 to 1.
Yeah, I thought that was fun that you picked that name, because it's Brekkie here with the guy who sews, and then you have brunch with Shannon. So I think that's really fun. I just want to make sure I got the time right, because I think you're at 11, and I think Danny over at Sewing and the Experts at 11:30. I think you guys are really close together. Was Sally Tomato at QuiltCon, or is that my imagination?
I don't. In Raleigh, this I don't think so.
Okay, maybe it's Ruby Star I'm thinking of.
Ruby Star was. I definitely went to Ruby Star.
I was there with Russ, and I think he bought half the store while he was there.
Yeah, the Sally Tomato's corks are really good. There are other great companies for cork out there, but it's just.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was something you could just run into your local Michaels or Joann's and get, or.
Yeah, I mean, you can for sure. They're not necessarily lined. Like some of the corks are just raw.
Oh, okay.
But you don't have to have them lined that way either. I just really like the feel of it and how thin it looks.
I suppose that'd be good too, something like that for like making like mug rugs and stuff, because then it'd absorb the moisture from the, like, especially if it's that sort of thing there. Okay. Fallon says I sell it on Missouri Star's website as well. I can probably see it there. Okay, that's a good a good thing. Yeah. I'm always looking for fun ideas.
It is like butter to sew through. I just had it in my head that it'd be difficult to sew with. It is so smooth. It makes a great bag bottom because it's so durable.
Okay.
Love it. It's so much. It's nice.
Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind, because I'm always looking for fun projects. So that's good. Okay, so Fallon says it's not good quality. Don't do it. Like Michaels and Joanne, she says that she got some from Hobby Lobby and it was bad. So yeah, that was one of the things I was wondering. I hadn't had a chance to say it yet, but I was wondering, what is the quality like compared to Sally Tomato, Missouri Star, and that sort of thing there.
Yeah.
I was talking the other day, when it comes to needles, you can go buy the off-brand at Amazon. Don't ever do that. It's horrible. I swore and cursed and almost threw the sewing machine out the window because I thought it was broken. It was the stupid needles. As soon as I put the Smets ones back, buy a brand name needle. It might cost you a little more, but it'll save you a lot of frustration. Let me be the one that took the, had the frustration. Don't do it. Please, please, please. That is my service announcement to the world today. Please save yourself the heartache of that. Yeah. So there we go.
You got to do the pros and cons on that thing of is it a little more expensive, but am I gonna, because if you're ending up breaking them so easily or throwing them away so easily, you're spending more money because you're running through them so much faster.
Oh, they were junk. I mean, I don't think I could use them at all. Like, I tried 3 or 4 of the needles out of the pack of 20 or whatever it was. Oh. None of them worked. And I was like, that's it, it's gone. Yeah. So yeah, that was a lesson I learned. I found a brand of rotary cutter blades from Japan. It's like a Japanese brand. Those things work beautifully. I will buy those over the Fiskars ones any day of the week because they last a long, long time and everything else. So sometimes you can buy the off-brand stuff and it works beautifully. But yeah, needles, just don't do it, please. Rita says she only buys brand name needles, period. Yeah, that's one thing you don't want to skimp on, because if I can save money on something and not have to pay for the brand name, yeah, absolutely. I'm all for it. But yeah, not with that. So
well, sometimes the brand names they do less for you because the brand names are spending so much money on marketing and things that they're not necessarily putting it into the product.
And sometimes the name brands are the same manufacturer as the off-brand. Like, I used to work at a grocery store.
Yes.
And we had this we got really, really low on milk. And so they brought in this emergency load of milk for me one day. And it was all the Food Lion brand, like the store brand milk. It came in on the Marvin-Made truck.
Yep.
I always suspected it came from the same, factory. But yeah, that just solidified it that day that, it's the same milk. They just put a different label on and costs, charge you $1 for it.
Yep. So. Sneaky little buggers.
There we go. Okay, so Pam says, good night, everybody. It's midnight here. Hope you able to catch you all again soon. Take care. Oh, well, thank you so much. I forgot, Queensland. I thought it was almost 1 o'clock. But I forget Queensland's an hour behind New South Wales and Victoria because they don't have daylight savings and the other states do. This time of year, I think Australia, instead of having 3 time zones, has 4 or 5.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember. Because, like here, what is it? Parts of Indiana and Arizona don't have daylight savings during the summertime, but there it's like, it's 2 states as well, but that really throws everything off. So, might be 4. The Eastern, Queensland. No, it is 5 because I think Northern Territory, South Australia, and Western Australia, they all have different ones. All right, so and Fallon's put a link in for Sally Tomato cork project. Okay, I'm going to go check that out later.
Yeah, I've seen the person that her name is Jess, who owns Sally Tomato. She's freaking adorable. She is the cutest thing ever. But she's been on Missouri Star. She was on the So Yeah Brothers guy. They have her on. So I've seen her there too. I just really like the product that she puts out. It's really nice cork.
Yeah, I've never used it, but I think I've seen it over on Fallon's channel, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure she's featured them in the past, and they always look good. So I'll have to go take a look at that sometime and try some of their stuff. So Joy says her local quilt shop sells cork also. I almost bought some yesterday, but didn't have a project in mind. I'm pretty sure Fabric Hut, which is the local-ish quilt store to me, probably sells it as well because they sell like upholstery fabric and foam, and they sell it all. Like, it's anything to do with fabric, they have it because they do like clothing, like you can go make wedding dresses and stuff from the stuff they sell.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Like, I have very little interest in clothing. I love seeing what people make of clothing, but it's not something I want to make. but yeah, they have it all, which is really, really nice. Rita says Arizona and Hawaii are the only states that don't do daylight savings. I thought there was a part of Indiana it didn't as well, or am I making that up? I'll have to go research that later. But yeah, I thought there was one's like Indiana or
I feel like that was true. I don't know if it's still true, but I feel like that was true at some point.
yeah. I remember Hawaii and Arizona for sure. Anyway, that's a project for me to look up later on. Okay, good morning, Mr. Mike. It's good to see you. They're asking if he got snow. Yeah, let us know in the chat if you got snow overnight. I know Pam definitely did not because it's the middle of summer where she is.
Yeah.
If she got snow in Brisbane, I'd probably fall over.
Well, that would have been a story.
Jeez. They did actually get snow in the Snowy Mountains, which is like the high mountain parts of Australia, on Christmas Day one year, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and that was really weird.
Yeah.
Because normally Christmas Day for us is 95 degrees, 100 degrees. Yeah, so to hear there was snow anywhere in the country was quite interesting. Oh, okay. Rita says since 2006, all counties in Indiana observe daylight savings time. Okay, perfect. All right. See, we're all learning stuff today. My geography has to be updated. I thought there was a time in, like you said, like I think, yeah, it used to be where they didn't. I didn't know it had changed. So there we go.
It's like one of those Trivial Pursuit things that you tuck away in your head and.
Yeah, like I know I'll never be on Jeopardy. I am just not. I don't know the stuff that those people do.
Yeah.
Unless I could go on Celebrity Jeopardy. I watched some of those Celebrity Jeopardy episodes, and they dumb those questions down because I could actually answer about 20% of those instead of the 5%.
It's a little embarrassing sometimes, the questions they ask you.
Yeah, I would have liked to have been on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I think I would have actually done halfway decently at that show, but
I actually had a friend who was on that.
Oh, really? That's cool.
What, I think 250,000, did a really good job. And the thing that we still make fun of him about is that he was talking about the shapes of buildings and was like, oh, the Pentagon, no, that's a square, and said that on live TV. In his head knows that it's not the shape of a square, but he was like saying, no, that's not the right building, and which was true. But he said it live that it was the shape of a square, and we all still bust on him for that.
Yeah, but I could just imagine the pressure you go under.
Yeah.
Like I know how nervous I was before I did my first live here, and that was in front of maybe 100 people. I mean, couldn't imagine being on TV, being broadcast to millions of people across the country and possibly across the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be a lot of pressure, And then trying to make the decision, do you go for the next big money, or do you play it safe? Like I think I'd like to play it safe because, yeah, could I get more? I wouldn't want to get too greedy because I would feel horrible if I lost a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But I think they quit making that show, so I don't have to worry too much about that.
That's true.
All right, so let's see. Christina says we got snow overnight, but now it's 2 degrees Celsius and melting, so it's about 36 degrees Fahrenheit where she is over there in Sweden. Margie says it's 43. Let's see. So blessed by Jess to see with us. Good morning to you. Cool, crisp day for Joyty, 37. I think it's like that temperature here. It's supposed to be fairly cold tonight, so I'm going to have to go find my thermals before I go out to the Wisconsin and see all the lights.
Yeah.
Jamie says it's 28 degrees where she is.
I think was Wednesday like 60 degrees, and then it fell back.
Yeah, it dropped. Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah, it's been a real roller coaster in December. Like we've had some really cool crisp nights, and then there's been some fairly warm days as well. So Rita says she would not make a good gambler. I spend $2 in the slot machines and walk away. You and me both. I am not a bit. Yeah, I did find a machine in Vegas when we were there once. It was actually cheaper because we were flying back home from Australia, and I didn't want to fly all the way back. I wanted to stop over on the way home, and we usually stay in San Francisco overnight. But I think they wanted like $250 for a hotel room by the airport. I'm like, I'm not paying that. And so I actually found it was cheaper for me to book a flight to Vegas and stay there 2 nights than it was to stay in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
And so we figured, okay, well, this is a good way for us to check out Vegas, see if it's something we'd want to go back to and that sort of thing there, because
Yeah.
we weren't really spending anything. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I found this machine that was a deal or no deal machine. And you played it like the game. Like I think you had to spin the slot machine or whatever it is till you hit the deal or no deal game. And then you played just like you would on the TV show.
That's fun.
And it was a lot of, I really enjoyed that thing. I think I won like $40 on that thing because I got down to like the last 5 or 6 things, but it was like I could win $150 or I could win like 10 cents. And I was like, you know what? I'm at like $35, $40, whatever the amount was. I'm like, I'm well ahead. It's time for me to cash out and go home. Then I found out that the thing I had was like 70 or $75. But you know what? I was halfway there. I was happy.
Yeah.
I won more than I spent, so I wasn't upset.
I'm no good at it because I know you have to spend big to win big, and I can't spend big. I can't lose big.
No, me either. And to me, it's not like it's not a novelty because in Australia we had slot machines in every pub and club and everything.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. I mean, we have a casino. It's about 5 miles from here. I've never been to it. It also doesn't help that the name of the casino is the same as the prison we used to go to. We used to do a prison ministry with our church, and the name of the casino is the same name as the prison. So, like, I don't know that I want to go in there. I'm a mess.
Good morning, Adam.
Oh, my friend Adam is here. Good to see you. If you haven't checked out Adam's channel, he has an amazing channel. He has a lot of fun, and he actually showed the other day the completed 100-acre woods quilt.
Oh.
I don't know how he got access. I guess him and John worked something out that he could do it early because we're still on clues like chapters 3 of 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did an amazing job putting that all together. It was so fun seeing that video. Someone sent me a comment and said, "Hey, have you seen Adam's completed quilt?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Chapter 3. So
that's amazing. I have to go see that.
Yeah. I think it was like earlier this week or something like that. But I put his link in. Yeah, definitely go check out Adam's channel. He's a fun guy from the UK that quilts. He does a lot. If you like Tula Pink, you will fall in love with Adam automatically. Yeah, Tula Pink is his jam. Yeah. So
he's like
yeah,
a connoisseur of Tula Pink.
Yes, I mean Tula needs to sponsor that gentleman. To be honest, like.
Hey, Johanna.
All right, let's see. Good morning to Miss Katie. It's good to see you. Definitely go check out her channel if you haven't already done so. She is usually live at 4:30. Is it 4 or 4:30 Eastern? I can't remember. On a Saturday, she's also usually live on a Friday afternoon. She had Courtney on with her yesterday, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Anyone else? Okay, Nikki says if slot machines popped out fabric, I'd be all about slots, but I hate losing money, so no for me. Yeah. For Amanda, it's a novelty. When we go to a casino or something, she usually puts a few dollars in, and she actually does pretty well, usually. Like, she gets more out than we put in, but yeah, we don't spend a lot. We just take a certain amount. Like, we might take, $20 or $40 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then once that's gone, we're done. That's it's entertainment for her. I get as much enjoyment just watching, because I get bored easily. Did I do this right?
My son did the road trip with me last year out to Oklahoma City for the legit kit certification, and that was a thing. Like we stopped in every state that we stopped in on the road trip. We did a casino. Well, the states that
Oh,
have
okay.
and that was a lot of fun. Just a goofy, fun thing to go do with my son. Didn't spend, because we were hitting so many of them. We didn't spend a lot of money on any of them. He's really good. He's a patient gambler. I'm impatient, but he would end up buying us dinner that night every time because he would win so much.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Like you just, if you want to do that, just you set yourself a budget. You take that cash with you, and once it's done, you just have to be cool with. It's like going to a concert or a fabrics, anything like with a hobby or entertainment, like a movie ticket or anything else like that. Yeah, if you go to the movies, you spend, who knows how much these days, $15 for a ticket, $20 for popcorn and a drink. So if you go to the casino and put $30 or $35 in, then it's the same sort of thing. But again, if you have a gambling addiction problem, don't go. Like there's that sort of thing there, and there's always options out there for you. Like, Anyway, we won't go too far into the negatives, but as long as you're sensible about it, it's like anything else.
Everything in moderation.
Absolutely. Mike says he always leaves what he came with. We usually break even, if not a little ahead usually, but we don't go very often. And if we lose, we lose. It's not a big deal. Adam says he sewed the 100 acre as a test. Feel very privileged that John allowed me to. Well, you did a fantastic job with that.
Amazing.
I figured that's what happened. I love seeing what he did with it. I've seen John's finished quilt, but it's fun seeing what Adam did as well. Okay, so Katie said 4 p.m., sometimes 4:30. Okay, perfect. All right, I thought that's what it was. Okay. Jordy said she wins the lottery. She's going to be out of North Carolina. All right, so apparently it snowed in Greenland. Good morning to Miss Heidi. She says, I just cleaned up from cooking breakfast for my husband and the dog. Let's be honest. Okay, well, it's good that the dog ate. My dogs are in trouble. Finley got me up at 2:50 this morning. She wanted to go downstairs and get a snack. That dog. Then she got up at 6 o'clock this morning, wanted breakfast.
She knows the roost.
Did I do this wrong? Right.
I'm working with you guys in batches, and I just realized it kind of looks very Wicked colorway with the green.
Oh, it does, yes.
Black and
that's what I meant to ask you. Is that like the Art Deco pattern that similar to what you've done before?
So it is Art Deco. It's actually a pattern I wrote myself. Woo!
That's right.
But it is very much inspired by Art Deco patterns that I went on a trip to South Beach, Miami, and so their Art Deco is different than what Art Deco was. It started in England in like the 60s. So I'm the architecture of the block is very Miami Deco, and then I wanted the colors to be pretty like Miami Deco too. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah, I remember you did I think you, Stephen, and Stephanie did a collab together last year. We each picked 3 patterns, and we had people vote on which one we we're going to make. And they voted for the Art Deco one, right? That you did.
Yeah, Deco Tiles by Exhausted Octopus.
Okay, so I can't remember who designed it, but it turned out you did a fantastic job of that. It turned out really, really nicely. And so, like that pattern, like when I saw that today, I was like, it looks. I figured it was a different pattern, but it kind of reminded me of that one. Yeah.
I love Art Deco. I love those colors. Look how nice.
Yeah, so this is going to be pinwheels once it's done, because that's what everyone voted for. So Yeah, turning that together really, really nice. Landa says here that don't gamble at the airport. She put her last 4 quarters in the machine and won $1,000 in quarters. She had to go through security with the quarters.
Oh my goodness.
I figured they would have given you like cash or something, because usually, like, I know the casinos I've been to, usually like when you win, they don't spit out quarters anymore. You just get the little ticket and you take it up to the cashier's window. And
Yeah.
I guess at the airport, like I'm assuming it's Vegas, because I remember seeing those at the gates and thinking, okay, well, I guess if your flight's delayed, it gives you something to do.
Yeah.
I guess there is no cashier's window, so I guess it would have to be in quarters. I never thought about that.
Oh, Teresa was just asking about the new job and if I'm still doing legit kits. So the new job is, the 9 to 5 pay the bills job.
Yeah, they're not as fun as quilting all day, John.
Yeah. So still doing the FPP and legit kits. Actually, just finished up doing the mini Blue Jay 2
Yes.
weekends ago. So I'm gonna be quilting that little girl. For some reason she's a girl for me in the mini one. But yeah, so still very much in love with legit kits and getting them done. But still have to get a real job because YouTube does not pay the bills.
No, it does not, unfortunately, as much as we'd like it to be able to. So,
Yeah.
Okay, and that says tiring a bit. It's me, not the company. Go to say bye and blessings. So, well, thank you so much for hanging out with us, Annette. I know it's if you're healing and everything else, it's not easy. So thank you for hanging out with us for a little while. Merry Christmas to you and happy holidays to you as well. And that goes for everybody else as well, because this is going to be our last live before Christmas. We got four good gravy, 4 days. I really do need to get from store today. But there you go. Yeah. So Landa says no fun. Yeah, there's no cash cages at the airport. Okay, well that's something to keep in mind. Like if you play the slot machines at the airport, like what happens when you win big? Like
that's a lot of coin to carry.
What happens if like the jackpot's like $10,000 or something? Like you go up to the gate and say, I want to gate check my bags of cash, coins.
Okay, now I'm not good at math. I can't do the math in my head, but I need to know what $10,000 is in quarters. Like what?
40,000 of them.
Yes. How did you do that? Oh, right. Because 4 and Jiminy Crickets. Yes.
Your 4 times
4 quarters and $1. Montgomery County Public Schools for the win. Yes, baby.
Well, you know what? I'll give you a pass on that, because like with everything else in your measurement system, it's all whacked. Like in metric, it's 1,000 grams in a kilo, 1,000 meters in a kilometer, and that's sort of 1,000 milliliters in a liter. Whereas here it's like 8 ounces in a cup, 16 ounces in a pint, 144 ounces for a gallon, and that sort of stuff there. So I can understand why you're like
4 and 1. Pretty easy math right there.
Okay, so I do remember working with a co-worker at a previous job of mine, and he looks at me one day and he's like, we're talking about Thanksgiving. He's like, oh, that's usually on a Thursday, right? And I just looked at him and I'm like, yeah, it's usually on a Thursday. I was like, come on, dude. Like, you've lived here your whole life. You should know what day of the week Thanksgiving's on. Now, if you're Canadian, I'll give you a pass because your Thanksgiving's on a Monday. But I was like, I'm the immigrant, I should be the one that gets confused on what day of the week it's on.
Too funny.
There we go. All right.
I didn't.
That's true. Mike says if he wins big at the airport, he can get a private jet home. Oh, did I accept payment in quarters?
Nice.
Walk it over to the private jet terminal. Yeah, I'll pay for my $10,000. Here's 6 sacks full of quarters.
Now they have to deal with it.
Yeah, how would you get the coin? Like, how did Landa get did you have an extra bag to put those coins in? Like, that's my next question. I'm really curious about this. There we go. All right, Heidi says she's folding and pressing the hems on my new holiday tablecloth for myself. Very luxe. Going to do mighty quarters. Very, very nice.
Oh.
All right. So Rita says 1,000 quarters would weigh about 50 pounds. Okay. So yeah, like I guess you would have
Holy,
to take a private jet home of 10,000 because you'd pay that much in baggage fees.
right. Boy, that'd be your workout. You wouldn't have to slinging that around.
Yeah, I want to buy an extra seat for the plane. Oh, what for? Offer my quarters. I'm going to go Google that later on. Like, what do the people that win the jackpots at the airport slot machines do? Like, that would be an interesting question to look up. Oh no, she said no. That took 4 of us to put the quarters in their pockets. Okay,
Oh my god.
imagine, yeah, walking down the jetway, jingle, jingle, jingle. Good thing it wasn't Christmas. Otherwise, I thought it would have been Santa Claus coming down the chimney. Mike says they don't have quarters in the machines anymore. Okay, so yeah, inquiring minds want to know. So you never know what you got to get when you come on and join us with the guy who sews, because sometimes we talk about food, sometimes about travel, and today apparently we're talking about what happens when you win big at the Vegas airport slot machine. All right, so think about, yeah, Mike's up there in Staten Island. I was just thinking, like, we got some exciting news here the other day. We are getting our very first Tim Hortons in the area very soon.
Oh.
Well, there used to be one on the Navy base, which did me no good because I don't have any military ID to get onto the base. But they closed that one. Apparently, I don't know if the same franchisee or whatever it is, but they're moving it to near. Actually, it's on the way to work, so
Oh, nice.
it'll be really nice. Yeah, Amanda was like, because she loves Tim Hortons as much as I do, and for anyone that's new, Tim Hortons is basically a Canadian version of Starbucks. They're on like every street corner up there. Fantastic coffee, wonderful pastries, and we stop at one whenever we travel. Like if we go up north, there's a lot up there, and Jersey, New York, that sort of area. There's a couple in West Virginia we visit when we're traveling west, and now we're getting one west. But she was telling me, she's like, I wish I was on the way to work, and I'm like, well, it's a good thing it isn't because we'd be broke. And then I was like, but you know what? I can stop on the way to work, and yeah, there we go. All right. So Adam So says there was a guy who won 1.37 million at the airport in Vegas. An attendant has to authorize it. So I imagine they deal with the payout. Yeah, I imagine they'd have to do something with those big amounts. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how that all pans out. But I don't think I'll be winning any big things at the airport anytime soon because I haven't been to Vegas in 11 years, and I think I'll be going back anytime soon. I'd like to go back sometime. I want to go back and see some of the shows, like some of those Cirque du Soleil shows that they have there all the time.
Yep. Or the food. Always down with the food.
Yes. Yeah,
That's definitely the place to be for food.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you wait in line forever for those buffets, but we went to the one in Paris, I think, for breakfast, and it was really good. But yeah, one of these days we'll make it back there. Rita says, leave me out. I don't drink or like coffee. If you like pastries, like you like a good donut or other pastries, Tim Hortons is really good for that too. That's what I usually go for because when it comes to coffee, I usually just get an Americano because drip coffee is good, but if it's been sitting there forever, which it usually is, it's not very. So I figure that's the way to go. But yeah, I usually go there for the pastries. So also says they have them over in Scotland. I had no idea they had them over there. So that's really, really cool.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they were that international.
No, I had no idea at all. So, all right. So Heidi says, what is everybody's favorite holiday sweet or treat? You Americans need to look up a recipe for choco mint Nana emo bars. I'll have to take a look at that. I told everyone mine earlier. It was have a level. What about you, Shannon?
Oh, I'm not going to turn away any holiday treat. So I don't know that I have a favorite. Just offer me, and I am there.
Okay. So Shannon is definitely equal opportunity in there.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Adam says they do the best Boston cream donuts. Oh, that's awesome to know. I don't think I've had a, have I had a Boston cream donut from them?
I love Boston creams are good. I do like Boston cream.
I actually discovered the other day that Dunkin' at least has the powdered donuts that have the Boston cream inside them, as well as the chocolate coated ones. I had no clue. But the powdered ones with the Boston cream inside is really good too. Because Amanda bought some for the kids at school, and she brought them home, and I was like, "Oh, what's in here?" It's usually like the powdered ones are jelly filled, but yeah, these ones had Boston cream, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever." I think I preferred it over the chocolate coated ones, to be honest. There's not many, but we do have Tim
Hortons are popping up all over the place over there.
Oh, okay, very nice. Yeah, well, we're very, very, very excited that Timmy's is coming here. We probably won't go to it for the first 6 months. We'll let them settle down and not have the crazy lines.
Yeah, that's going to be a matter.
But the fact that they're close by, like, and not have to drive 6 hours to get to one is going to be nice. So, yeah, that'll be good. Okay, good morning to Miss Laurie. It's good to see you as well.
Good morning.
Okay, well, it's almost 9:30. So I think we'll go ahead and start saying our stuff and goodbyes, because it always takes me 20 forevers to say goodbye to everybody, which is a good problem to have. It's been really good seeing each and every one of you. I hope that you all have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas. And that if you have gifts in mind that you want, I hope they turn up in your doorstep or underneath your tree. There we go. What did you have? Do you have anything fun coming up that you want to share on your channel, Miss Shannon?
So tomorrow, I'm excited about doing the little gift card holders. I'll be doing those in cork and in quilting cotton. In January, I'm going to be releasing some videos as a sew along, but they won't be live, but it'll be released videos for a pattern that won on my channel. So my Christmas gift to myself is getting that pattern completed and up on my site so everybody can sew along in January. I'm excited about that.
And you should join that, because every part you can do that as part of your sewing every day in January.
That's true.
And we also decided that if, as part of this challenge, this is something Tasha came up with, is that if you want to clean up your space or organize, that counts towards your sewing, like you're doing something in your sewing room.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have to be the act of sewing, but sewing adjacent is good.
Yeah, it has to have something to do with your sewing room. So it's fairly flexible. Like, you don't have to be rigid about sitting in front of your sewing machine. If you want to hand sew, if you want to fold your fabric or organize your space or something, 10 or 15 minutes a day. We figured this would be a lot of fun. So sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no. I was just I'm excited to have my Sojo back, and doing 10 minutes of sewing in January will be exciting. Like to make sure I'm maintaining.
Yeah, we just thought it was just a fun option for us to do, because you always want to start off the new year with something fun, or that sort of thing there. And we just figured this would be a fun way. Do something that you enjoy. 15 minutes, every day. And, do that sort of stuff there. So everyone's saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, which is really cool. I'll be back tomorrow with my podcast as usual. And then Monday I'll have my next 12 Days of Stitch. It's box 9, and I'm very, very curious to see where that one goes, because we've been going through the rainbow, but we're at the end of the rainbow. So unless they're going to do another purple, I think they're going to go into something else. We'll have to see what's going on there. So Rita says only 10 minutes a day. Well, you can do more if you want to do 30 or 40 or 50 minutes a day. That is perfectly cool. But we Tasha and I both work full time, and so we figured let's just set the limits. Make it fairly low, 10, and 15 minutes. And
attainable goals, so that you're
exactly
good. Yeah.
Exactly, because like I know myself, like I come home from work sometimes. My job is not physically demanding at all, but mentally, I am drained at the end of the day. So sometimes coming over to the sewing room, and much as I want to, I don't have the brain space for it. So this is going to be a real good challenge for me, because it's going to actually force me, because I don't want to give away all my fat quarters, to come over and at least do something. Maybe I'll organize the toasty fabric one day.
Yeah.
You know, label that and get that all set up. You never know. So I think it's going to be a fun challenge for us to do. I'd love to see who else decides to join in on the fun. You know, let us know if you are joining in, and maybe at the end of the month we can put something up in Discord or something like that, and just you can tell us how you did. I plan on doing weekly updates on what I did, so you can kind of see what I did each week and how many fact orders I owed Tasha. Hopefully it's none, or very little. But you know, I think it's a fun penalty. So there you go. All right, little designing J's popped in. Okay. All right, with that, I think we'll go ahead and say farewell. Thank you so much for joining us, Shannon. It was a pleasure having you on as always. We need to do this again a little sooner than 14 months. So
Yes.
if you haven't already done so, go over and check out Shannon's channel. I'll put the link in again. If you're watching the replay, her link is in the description. I could probably also pin it as a comment as well. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. All right. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and say goodbye. So I told you some goodbyes take forever. Hope you all have a great day.
Everybody.
Happy sewing. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And we'll see you all next time on the 28th for our final live of the year. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Bye.
And